Yikes. Michael J here. Michael J here. How you guys doing? Hopefully everybody's doing just fine. Absolutely wonderful, you say. Absolutely marvelous. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to just discuss something really quickly, or very quickly. Very quickly? Yes, very quickly. Okay, so now I'm going to bring up a video. Where is this video? Oh, Mornings with Maria. Fox Business, 6 hours ago. Today is what day? What does my Cisco phone say? November 15th. Today is November 15th. So what we're going to do is go to my main screen. Yeah, damn, he's got a main screen. Yes, he does. You can see it for yourself in all its glory. There you go. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to full screen it. You can see the whole thing. Now we're going to switch to my screen, but I'm going to be in the corner. I was going to be in the corner. Now we're going to play this.
Welcome back. Robbie
Welcome
Starbuck,
back.
the conservative activist who pushed companies like Tractor Supply and Lowe's to abandon their DEI initiatives, now preparing a new list of companies to target after he said President-elect Trump's election victory was a referendum on wokeness.
DEI initiatives maintaining or representing that Trump's election victory represents what on wokeness? Holy crap, we got to see this again. Let's clarify this.
After he said President-elect Trump's election victory was a referendum on wokeness.
Okay, so it was an election referendum. Say what? How much bullshit does the general population have to take? A referendum of all the people? First of all, let's be clear one thing. Approximately 43% of the population overall, so you got 345 million people in the United States of America. Between the winning candidate and the losing candidate, 149 million ballots were cast. So therefore, only 43 and some odd percentage of the electorate of the whole United States voted. Now, if you take away the votes that went to the other candidate, you're left with 21.6% of the votes cast for Donald Trump. And to have a quorum based on, corporate legislation, corporations, to have a quorum requires 66% of the vote. Do you understand that, folks? In order to have a referendum, everything is in this North America structure is corporate. Everything's a corporate structure. Even your name, your driver's license, you're a corporate structure. So on a corporate basis, legislation that's corporate, 66% gives you a quorum to do what you want. Only 21.6% of the population voted for Trump. So to say that a referendum took place, which gave anyone the authority to exert their will on all the people, all the time, is a mistake. Just saying, folks. Let's see what else they got to say here.
Joining me now is Public Square founder and CEO Michael Seifert. Public Square is an online marketplace that bills itself as anti-woke, features businesses and products. It says respect tradition.
Anti-woke. Wouldn't it be a good idea just to wake up? Isn't it better to be awake than asleep? This thing, let's put this in simple terms. Anti-woke. So you want everybody to be asleep so you can do what you want? Anti-woke. So that everybody's asleep and you can do what you want?
Traditional American values. Michael, do you agree with that, that this was a referendum on anti-woke?
Good morning, Maria. I absolutely do. In fact, I think that the last 10 days have been a wake-up call for the corporate establishment in America that the new incoming administration has a mandate to embrace common sense, meritocracy, excellence, and that corporate America should carry that same mandate as well. The American people have spoken loud and clear. We no longer want to be lectured about social issues when we...
I call extreme bullshit. This is a holy crap moment, folks, and you're buying into it. So I'm just going to go right to my main screen. I'm going to downsize this one. And I'm going to bring up something else. What am I going to bring up? I'm going to bring up... This is a video I put out recently. Trump and economic decline due to immigration and tariffs. Now, it's based on a segment, a portion of this video here. Richard Wolff, The End of the U.S. Empire. You can see it for yourself. Let's switch it over to here. Okay. So part of it was based on Richard Wolff. The End of the U.S. Empire and the Denial of the U.S. and the Rise of China and BRICS. Now, even this part, 48 minutes, is a small segment of the Community Church of Boston original stream of Richard Wolff. It was over 2 hours. So now somebody comments on my video. Now this is how the ego works. You got to understand, this is how the ego works. So this person says, it's funny. A YouTube channel owner, Michael J., creates a video in which 95% of the content duration is an embedded piece of a video created by another YouTube channel owner who happens to be a distinguished economics professor. It's shameful and misguiding, almost to the level of fraud. Is anyone else here impressed? So I responded, you missed the point of the video. You should watch the video from start to finish. Thank you for your input. And then here the ego's got to push back. I did not miss anything or any point. I did watch the video from start to finish. I stand by my word. It's a shameful manner of content uploading. It's one thing to embed a piece of video that takes a minute to present a point in an overall video that you upload and for which you create the content, and it's another, parenthesis, bad thing to upload a video in which 95% of the content is something that someone else has already created. A rent-seeking behavior. My advice to you, if you want to be taken seriously by viewers here, create your own content. Damn. Do I want to be taken seriously? That's a good point. Take me as you see me, and it could manifest in many different ways. That's my point. So now I respond back, no. Your ego is pushing back. I provide a credible source to provide relativity to my opinions. Just saying. Now this person just cannot let it go. And I got to push back. It's not my ego that is pushing back, they say. It's my intelligence. Oh. Intelligence and ego. Do they reside in the same place? Behind the left and right front lobes? Just saying, folks. And providing a credible source is, as I said a minute or two, during a whole longer video, rather than some 95% of its duration. And so I just got to explain to Mr. Wolff's original video is 2+ hours long. Well, this video is 27 minutes long. Thank you for your time. And then the guy, or whoever it is, got to come back. As I said, your video is 27 minutes long, of which 26 minutes is a talk by Richard Wolff. And you talk for the remaining 1 minute. This is precisely the joke here. Ego can manifest things in amazing ways. So I respond, well, the fact I can articulate a profound point of view in a minute is remarkable. Thanks again for your input. And then they respond back, just can't let it go. And you talk about ego? Ha, question mark. You are welcome. And I got to give them a thumbs up. Some people just keep pushing back. The ego just keeps going. So maybe some intelligence drifted through that ego. Now, here's the thing. The ego comes from the mind. The intelligence you think comes from the mind. No, it does not. You are not your mind. And that's another topic that nobody seems to understand. You are not your mind. So let's look at something else here. Let's look at the meaning of woke. Okay, so in Wikipedia, woke, let's back up here. Let's go right to the very beginning. Oxford Dictionary meaning of woke. Past of wake. So you go to sleep, you wake, and then the state of woke. Very, very simple. You sleep, you wake, and then you're in the state of woke. But they've created it to mean a total other thing. First of all, here, based on the 1930s, this is Wikipedia. Take it with a grain of salt. Woke, the African American English synonym for general American English woke awake, has since the 1930s or earlier been used to refer to awareness of social and political issues affecting African Americans, often in the construction stay awoke. Now, we've just seen the actual basic meaning of it. It's the past of wake. Woke is the past of wake. Now let's look at what's the past of woke. The past of woke would be varying states of awareness. Very simple, folks. You go from sleep, which is the past state of wake, and then you go to woke, which is the past state of wake. So you go from sleep to wake to woke. And then from woke, you go to various states of awareness. So are you aware? That's the question. That is really the question. Are you aware? Are you aware, folks? Aware of anything? Aware of nothing? Now we go to, oh crap, I better not go here. I'm not going to open this rabbit hole. Holy moly. So, let's go back. Back in time. We'll go back to Buddha. Damn, Buddha. Yeah. He said the most incredible realization was that there was no beginning. And then eventually he died. It wasn't until after this is going to be hard to wrap your head around. Not until after he died that he came to the realization, well, if the greatest realization in my lifetime within this lifetime, within this timeline, is there is no beginning. If there is no beginning, there cannot be any end. You'll say, what? What are you talking about? Well, look at it this way. If I am more than anything I will ever be, I came before I was, who am I? That's, you might say, whoa, that's a riddle. If I am more than anything I will ever be and came before I was, who am I? Well, let me just say I'm an indivisible aspect of the divine creator. That of which was, is, and will be. So, these people that are using woke, these people are using, we've got a mandate because we had a referendum. The referendum was 21.6% of the population. Statistically, 21.6% of the population does not constitute a referendum. Understand that. It does not constitute a referendum. So you're creating this illusion. You're creating this construct. You're exerting your will on other people and denying them the free choice and the free will to do as they wish. And you justify it by saying, we got a referendum. Doesn't work that way, folks. Just a little food for thought. Understand the ego. You're not your mind, number one. And this is hard to wrap your head around. And, you've created a Bible that has a lot of hurtful things in it. And if you look at the Buddhist and the Taoist way of living, is just to provide a way to live. Even the Quran, in its basic essence of being, is just a manual to live. People misinterpret the various different sayings within those scriptures because this now does not relate to 1300, does not relate to 500 years ago, 600 years ago, 1500 years ago. So let's look at the original Testament. Never read in the Bible. Did not read it. I've not read any spiritual manifesto. But one of the quotes in the Bible is, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and something else for something else. And everybody's thinking, wow, that gives me the ability, that's a green light for me to get retribution against somebody else if I think I'm done wrong by. And then I spoke to another guy, and he said, wow, my pastor says if you do something bad, it's going to come back to you. Okay? Now I'm going to just shed a different light on things here. What happens if at that time it was meant you do business, you trade fairly and evenly? You give an eye, you get an eye. You give an eye, you get an eye. Nothing more, nothing less. Same as that, the Book of Venice. Just a pound of flesh, nothing less, nothing more. But why does it have to be a pound of flesh? That might just be another metaphor. Do you hear that? Metaphor. METAPHOR. So you take all these metaphors, and with the ego, you twist them around and give them another meaning. So here's the the outlier, and this is where we're going to end this conversation now. You're driven 90% by the subconscious and unconscious mind. Beliefs created. Beliefs like that Maria video, what they're doing to you on television. They're reprogramming you the way they want you to think. Trump did it with inflation. He created the inflation mess. He even put his name on the checks. Those checks and that handout to the middle class of $300 a month created the inflation that came later because of a pandemic. And let's face it, supply and demand became an issue because so many people were out of work for so long. So the ego manifests all these wild and wonderful things. You just got to let it go, folks. Just make it simple. Starts by loving yourself, like being kind to yourself, being kind to your family, your neighbor, and everybody else, and conduct your affairs in a fair, well-balanced manner. Do unto others as you wish to be done upon you. It's a very simple process. With that, thanks for watching. Sending love and peace to everybody. And my two great friends are going to end this conversation the way we mean to end things. One Snoopy and his little gaffer friend, I forget his name. Don't watch much television.